Hello Everpony, Romance Writer 1 here. If you can't tell from the title of this video, this is a special video with some of my friends making cameos. I also apologize for any inaccuracies as my memory is pretty darn terrible and it has been a year since I first joined. I would love to thank my friends in the Rift City for being there by my side even through the crap I went through in August last year and January of this year. But enough talk, let's get into this. So it all started when it was early 2017, and I believe it was around maybe early March. I was in my second year of studying level 3 media in my first college. I was going through some very bad stress over this course, as nothing challenging happened very much, so I felt I was studying this for nothing really. I was also trying to juggle Cutland Chronicles along with my schoolwork as well, such as writing a little of the episode 4 script as I waited for the artists and voice actors to get the required stuff to me so I could do a little editing. I was stressed so much that I was writing or drawing to keep my mind off school that I fell behind on deadlines for college, and I couldn't sleep well, and I just wanted to cry. There were times I would have an emotional breakdown in front of my parents, anger or crying, and my mom was the one most concerned about me. So one day, I was just browsing through YouTube and wanted to watch something that Fast Track had done. I came across a live stream he did with Jakey Arnold, Flutter Rose, Snogritz, and Robert Who. The thing that instantly got my attention was that I recognized Jakey's OC, and he used to be someone that subscribed to me when he had his old channel. My reaction was, oh my gosh, I recognize this guy. So I watched the live stream after it ended because this was a day after it happened. I enjoyed it and I thought to myself, maybe I can join in, make some new friends. Because at the time I didn't communicate with my college classmates very much, except one of them as he was going through depression and family problems. So I asked if I could join, and after some time, I was added to a chat called the Bronies chat. I think that was what happened, I can't remember exactly as it's been a full year since that happened. So I met some really nice people there, such as Mr. Left Turn, that NASCAR-loving nut who doesn't see how superior Formula 1 is, Pat Rex, that chaotic Pegasus who always wears a fez, Laserhawk, who's that guy, Mirror Marvel, a girl who loves to edit, and Kobe. I got no joke for him like I did with the others. Of course, the only members I knew from the Rift City were Fast Track, the guy who dropped me off a cliff into some robots, Jakey Arnold, and Robert Who, who's done the Cutland Chronicles theme song, my channel intro, channel banner, and most of my factors. I remember the first joke Lefty and I ever made was when we were all exchanging what countries we're from and our ages. You know, getting to know each other a little better. So I said I was 19 years old, I don't look or sound like it even today. Came from Ireland, well, the north of Ireland, but I prefer saying just Ireland. And I was a racing fan. The joke was when Lefty said he was from Alaska. I replied, cool. Then at the same time, us two racing fans said literally cool, with me saying it first, surprisingly. So Lefty said I had that Formula 1 speed in me. Then at some point, we started the oldest Rift City meme, where us two just bicker and argue on which is better, NASCAR or Formula 1. As usual, we say the sports we watch are more superior, and we never come to an agreement. This has been going on since, and it never gets old. When Lefty and I were on a call together the first time I heard his awesome voice, I was thinking, hold the heck on! He doesn't sound like he's 22 years old, but he's got a really nice voice though. And of course, the others said my voice was cute, and when I tried to be scary, they would just say, aww. Lefty soon in a live stream gave me the nickname Ro-Ro.
Just let me check, Lefty.
Lefty!
Yeah. It's after Awesome As I Want to Be. It's
Okay.
It's when we do about how the Oscars are never right.
Yay. Okay. If Romance is having so much fun calling me Lefty, I'm gonna call her Ro-Ro.
Oh, okay.
Like Rara, but Ro-Ro.
Well, I don't have the voice of Rara, but you know. And Pat Rex gave me the nickname Rom-Com. Well, one of my ex-boyfriends called me Squeaky Bell because of my voice cracks, and I'm still called that by my friends. And the sad thing was, at the time, I was with my fourth boyfriend, the one that called me Squeaky Bell, and the relationship was going very downhill that I was feeling very unhappy. And every time I was around him in my last college, he would give a I'm gonna kill you look to any guy we were talking to. So after 2 years of dating, I decided in June that we'd split up, and he seemed fine with it. We talked about it, and we tried to stay friends, but after a few weeks, he kept complaining that a girl he liked didn't show up for a meeting with him, wouldn't talk to him, and his friends certainly didn't start talking to him again. And as the months went by, and with the unfortunate events, such as my parents splitting up and all, I looked up to him like sibling figures as, well, I'm an only child, and I lost a twin sister during birth. They were the ones that made me forget that my parents would be yelling downstairs, and I felt close to tears a few times, but somehow managed not to cry. Lefty and I got shipped by Jack the Hero because we were race fans, and my reaction was, we don't like the same sport. And that became a Rift City meme, along with the two of us arguing which sport is best. Other memes include me getting a boop on my nose and Lefty and I just being our typical race fan selves. When I had a call with Jakey, he said that someone asked him if Lefty and I were a thing, but he didn't know. Yeah, Lefty and I do argue like an old married couple. It's called friends bickering, and we are race fans, so that's how race fans argue when it is anything related to racing. One day, I believe it was late June or July, Lefty and I were having our usual chats with typing, and we were discussing on our love lives. Lefty asked me for advice on how he could ask a girl out. My reaction was, oh boy, this is gonna be difficult. I know I've been in a few relationships, but it'll be a challenge. So I told him some advice from experience, then a few days later, I think, he seemed pretty self-conscious about himself, like all of us would be. We discussed our insecurities, and I told him that I had a crush on him, which completely surprised him. And when it comes to dating, I don't judge on looks. I always judge by personality, and Lefty has a great personality, which is why he's someone I really like talking to. Sure, one time things went really bad, but we soon made up and are still great friends. Now, when it came to my parents knowing that I joined a group of friends from around the world, they were fine with it, as I am an adult, and I've always been very independent. Of course, recently I got attacked by someone whose name I hate mentioning, and I'm still traumatized by that whole ordeal. Before that happens, there were fights going on between them and one of my friends. I didn't take my friend's side, as I was afraid that if I did, I'd get told off for that. If I date someone and they have a very bad temper, I always get afraid of not taking their side in case they would threaten to hit me or anything like that. That was because of my experience with my dad's anger outbursts, and there were times that if I talked back at him, he would threaten to kick me out of the house or even hit me. Every time someone even threatens me or yells at me, I instantly remember my dad's outburst and it makes me upset. I was brave enough to even do the breakup. I clearly said we could stay friends, but he decides to bully me instead. The one thing I regretted was not listening to my friends as they were telling me that he wasn't right for me. I did say sorry to them, and it was clear that the relationship wasn't healthy. One story Jakey told me was one time he was watching one of my videos. He didn't say which one, but I'm guessing one that showed my face. His mom had come in and asked if I was a friend of his, which he said yes to. But then she asked if I was his girlfriend or a special friend, which he said no to. By the way, this happened last year, so way before 2018 started. And yeah, my mom is the same thing when I'm talking to someone on Skype with my face cam on. Last time she did, I was talking to Sparrow9642, and I was like, yeah, that's him. And she gave me a he's a pretty cute look, and I just blushed and nodded. Finally, while 2018 is deemed the worst year for me, I'm still glad I have my friends from the Rift City who have helped me through tough times. Also thank the friends I made outside the Rift City who I trust a lot. Well, that's the story on how I joined the Rift City. I can't believe it's been a year since I joined, and when I was in my very first livestream with them, which is something I watch again and again. I'll see you guys next time.